Hey guys, Welsknight here, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdoms. Hope you guys are having an awesome day. I am having a great day, and we're starting off in the Hall of Patrons. It's the beginning of September, which means it's that time to induct some new people. So, Daniel Banks, Smitty295, Emily Campbell, Dennis, Ronnie, Mrs. Craig 42, Joshua Siskar, and Eileen. Thank you. That's all I'm gonna say. Just thank you. A little bit of a frog lodged in my throat. Guys, I have been missing Kingdoms. I've been away for a couple of weeks for some military stuff that I had to do. And I'm actually happy to say I'm coming very close to the end of my military career. I'll probably have one, maybe two more things left to do over the next 6 months or so, and then I'm done. That's it. Never again will I have to put on a uniform, and I'm looking forward to that day where I will never have army stuff getting in the way of making YouTube videos and playing Minecraft, which sounds just ridiculous to say as a sentence coming from my mouth, but hey, that's all right. So I have been busy. I've been away from Kingdoms. I haven't been making Kingdoms videos for the last couple of weeks because I've been busy with other things, but I have been playing, and I've done some stuff. So why don't we head over to Regnum and take a look at what I've done, because there's probably about 12 hours of progress, I would say. 10, 12, somewhere in there. Most of it actually done early, well, not most of it, but a good chunk of it done earlier today, in fact, during the Packer game, because football season, that's American football for those of you who aren't American football season has started here, and my beloved Green Bay Packers played today and won, and during the Packer game, I had the game on one monitor and Kingdoms on the other. The wall is done. The wall is finished. Well, almost anyway. There's a couple very minor things we need to do to it, but not much. So you can see the wall now goes all the way around Kingdoms, all the way around Regnum. The towers are all in place, and this looks a little bit different. If you remember what was here before, this hill actually extended pretty much straight over. Like it went straight out that way and then cut back. I changed up this entire terrain, and I replaced a huge amount of the stone with grass. So this is actually all done by hand mostly. I mean, a lot of it was just kind of carving and getting the contour lines the same. Let's go and sleep real quick, and then I'll point out a couple little sort of minor highlights in the wall that I wanted to just kind of show you how I worked around a couple problem areas, I guess you could say. Some areas where the wall was a little funky, and I had to kind of think outside of the box a little bit. So, first and foremost is this area over here, which is another gate, another entrance to Regnum. And you may remember we terraformed this area. I don't remember if it was last episode or maybe the episode before that, but it was relatively recently that we made this kind of gradually gentle sloping hill that comes up to here, and I put a gate in right here. That was one of the things that was done off camera. Over here, there's one little spot where that wall did not line up with that tower, and it was going to look really funky. So I kind of brought this over, and then I kind of scooted it back like one block on this, or maybe it was that tower. I think it was this tower. I kind of scooted it back a block, and then right here, I made a little diagonal chunk, which is still the same. Like it doesn't stand out, which is what I was hoping for, but it kind of does a little thing there. And then last, fly, game, fly, thank you. Okay, and then over here, this part was also a little tricky, because I didn't want to just stop the river. And the hill, like this tower, needed to be up here. So I decided to make like a little retaining wall right here, kind of holding part of the land up. And that's just like right here. And then the tower sits on top of it. So I'm happy to say Regnum is actually really close to done. I mean, I hate using the word done in Minecraft because nothing in this world is ever truly done, right? Like, who knows? Maybe a year from now, I'll come back here and I'll say, you know what would be really cool is if I applied this new thing that I learned over the last year to this area, and maybe we end up going back and reworking a lot of this, right? Like, nothing in a Minecraft world is ever truly done. But we're getting close to a point where we can reasonably say we're done working on this area for now, if that makes sense. I mean, basically, we just have to fill up this space. There's a couple kind of gap areas where we will probably put something of some sort here, kind of over here, some things up there, things like that. There's a couple areas, but for the most part, we're getting really close. We're getting super close, and I believe this is episode 146. So with all of this off-camera work that got done, I may actually make my time frame of finishing this all by episode 150, or at least finishing it as much as I'm going to finish it. Because as I said, I really don't like using the word done when it comes to a Minecraft world, since nothing is ever truly done. But there are a couple minor things that I want to do. And this is going to be, in fact, this episode, and honestly the next couple episodes are all going to be very kind of jump cutty, because I have a lot that I want to get done in a relatively short amount of time, because episode 150 is going to be, it'll be a world tour and download, but it's going to be the last episode of Kingdoms as we know it. Kind of. Sort of. You guys will see. I have some plans. Kingdoms itself is not going away, but some changes are coming that I think you guys will really enjoy, and that I'm hoping will not only refresh everyone's kind of interest in Kingdoms, but will also provide us with some new challenges and allow us to do some really cool new things and all sorts of stuff. So I'll explain when that time comes. But anyway, so yeah, lots of kind of jump cutty, discombobulated episodes over the next couple, because I want to basically finish Regnum between now and then, and that's going to be quite a thing. So here's the plan. I'm going to work on a couple minor things. I do want another road that leads out here and over here. You can see where these main roads kind of come. I want to have some gates that come out of Regnum. I don't want them to be anything super big and complicated. I'm thinking what we'll probably do is just like take this little chunk right here, and we'll say this is going to be a doorway now, right? So we'll just kind of change this up a little bit and maybe just make like a single door that will go right here and kind of allow us to do something with this little hallway thing, right? Just something to kind of break up the area and basically allow us to get out of the city if we want to come out this direction. I think that's actually going to be kind of important. So let me get some work on some things done, and I'll show you some progress in just a little bit. All right, guys, I am back, and I have some progress to show you, and I just realized I am almost out of food and rockets, so let's remedy that real quick. There we go, food and rockets. Okay, so I have been working for maybe the last, I don't know, 2 hours or so, something like that, doing some things. And I think I'm finally ready to show you what I've been working on. So near all of the gates, I added just a real simple little staircase to get up on the walls. So there's one of these somewhere in the vicinity of all the gates. There's another one right over here. This one I think is my favorite. They're nothing fancy at all. It's just a very simple staircase that leads up. Then, and this is the big part, I built 2 new buildings over here. So this building and this building are both brand new and haven't been here before. They're all, within the style of everything else in Regnum, which makes sense. This one's kind of like a like a spectacle shape, sort of, or an 8. I don't know. It's big on this side, and then skinnier in the middle. And then this one is a bit taller here. And there's a little roof, a little like balcony area that kind of comes out over here where you can get kind of a nice view of everything. So I like these. This is good. This is progress. In fact, we're coming very close. I want to take a look at these from up above. If we fly up here, you can kind of see. Can I stick this landing? Nope. Try again. My elytra skills are not what they once were, apparently. I'm a little rusty after not playing Minecraft for a while. But anyway, so you can see we now have a building here and here. These are brand new, and that's actually kind of a nice view. You can zoom in and see them. They look quite lovely, I think. They're very simple, but they're not that simple, but they're relatively simple, and they are within the style of everything else. But you can kind of start to see this place is really starting to look like a proper town. I mean, there's a lot more left to do, especially in the way of detail. Lots of landscaping and things like that we'll have to do, because you can see the land around a lot of these places is very plain and relatively dull, but we are making progress. As you kind of sweep through, you can see we're really starting to look like a town. Like it's really starting to come together, and we're getting close. So this space here needs to be filled. This space here needs to be filled. We need to do something here and over here. And I think right there. And then that's basically it. Oh, and I need to make more of these little market stalls around the central plaza, and probably do something with this space right there. But still, I love this view as you kind of like sweep through the village. Like, it looks quite lovely, I think. In fact, screenshot? Aha! Nailed it. There we go. There's the screenshot for the thumbnail. Oh, also, I went ahead and I put in gates. So there's a gate now over here. I had forgotten. I did the little walkways that lead up, and also this is a new gate. This wasn't here before, and very simple over there. And then there's also one over here on this side. And as I had said before, I want all of these to kind of be at the 4 cardinal directions leading into the town square. So, hello, sheep. So like over here, for example, this is just a tiny little door. Nothing fancy at all. But the big thing is, if I want to come out of the city this way, I don't want to have to walk all the way around and come back. So I wanted at least one door on every side of Regnum, and I think this gets the job done. We are making progress. Slowly but surely, we're moving towards our completion point, and I'm very excited. Now, I don't really know what I want to do next. I mean, we do need to build more structures, as I said, but resource-wise, I'm running really low. I'm running really, really low. Like, so as far as nether brick goes, this is all I have left, I think. And that's not going to last long. Like, these, we can just turn these into nether brick blocks. But even still, that's not much. That's not going to last very long. Red sandstone wise, don't really have a whole lot of that left either. I mean, we can make red sandstone, but that's not going to last too long either. I'm running very low on these resources, and it concerns me. I wonder, though, do I have more nether brick over here in our super smelter? I wonder, because I know... No, completely empty. So I got nothing. So yeah, I'm running pretty low on resources. I need to do, I need to mine some netherrack to get more nether brick. And I also need to get into, I need to get more sand as well, more red sand. And we've got a converter in this building, I believe, but that's still a relatively time-consuming process to get all of that done as well. So It's going to be a long journey. I think I'm definitely going to start streaming. I am going to start streaming again this week. I took a short break from streaming, mostly because of the whole military stuff. Like, it's very difficult to stream when you're not at home. So that was a thing. But streams are going to be starting up again this week, Tuesday and Thursday, Saturday, Sunday, my normal stream schedule over at twitch.tv/Welsknight. And I think we're going to be focusing primarily on Kingdoms this week to try and get as much of this done as we possibly can during streams. Because a lot of this is stuff that I just don't really want to show in videos, since we've already done. I mean, we've built so many of these houses that are so similar, and none of these houses are exactly alike. There's no house here that's a carbon copy of any of the others. They're all different in minor ways, but the general theme and style and whatnot is very similar. So I feel a little bad just rebuilding the same houses over and over and over again as videos, because we've been there, we've done that, and I'd like to do things that are different. Now, some of the remaining projects that we have, can I please sleep? I see stars. See stars right there. Please. There we go. Okay. Some of the remaining projects that we do have left are not identical to other houses. They're not like generic buildings. For example, I do want to build another temple. We built one of them right here. We built this temple, which I quite like. This is the temple to the Regnum god of war. We had a name for it. I'd have to look back in the video and figure out exactly what it was. But we did build a temple. And I want to build another one. I'm thinking... I'm thinking like right here is probably where the other temple's going to go, in this spot. This is relatively flat, and this would lend itself to a temple, I think. There or over here. One of the two. In one of these two spots, we'll have to build a temple. And then we also... I'd like to build... No, I'm not gonna make it again. Oh, I always misjudge the height that I need. So anyway, the temple is definitely going to be something that's a little bit different from what we've done before. Although, interestingly enough, this building right here, that houses our nether portal, is actually based on a church. It's based on a pagan church of some sort or another, or a pagan temple, or a religious building of some sort. That I found a picture of on Google and was like, oh, that's a cool idea. I'm going to build something that looks like that. But anyway, so we're going to build a temple probably over here, I'm thinking, is the best spot for it. Just because I don't want it to be right next to this one, but I still want it to be kind of right up against the central plaza. So we'll build something there. We're probably going to do... We definitely need to do more barracks buildings for the soldiers. I'm thinking we'll take... that's this building right here. This is based off of a barracks, I think from Age of Empires, actually. The old Age of Empires 2. And we need to build another one of those. Not one exactly like it, but in the same kind of similar style. Sort of like a little mini keep sort of thing. I think I want to put one of those over here by the main gate, because that would make sense. And maybe another one like right here. Although that one's going to be a little trickier because the terrain doesn't really lend itself to that. We'll sort something out. We'll figure out something to do. But I'm thinking by the main gate over here and by this gate over here, we certainly want a barracks building of some sort. And then I think this one, since this is such a small entrance, will go without some sort of military structure. So that's kind of the plan in a nutshell. This is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode because so much of what I did was off camera. I've got probably like 18 hours into this episode of just building and terraforming and thinking and planning and all sorts of stuff, and most of it didn't really make it into the video because I wasn't even recording it, and I knew that it wasn't really stuff that I wanted to show on camera. But I do want to get this video out to you guys because it has been quite a while since we have had a Kingdoms episode, and I know some of you really love this series and that it's your favorite, and I don't want to keep you guys waiting. So I do still need to pick out a comment of the day, so I'm going to look back at the comments on the previous episode and pick one out. I have read them all, but I need to refresh my memory since that video came out a couple weeks ago. So anyway, let me pick out a comment of the day, guys, and I'll be back with you in just a moment. All right, guys, I'm back, and I've got one all picked out. This one is from Ariella McAllister, and says, my feedback about the entrance gates is that you won't be able to ride your horse through them because you only have a 1-block gap, and you'll need 2 for a horse. You don't ever plan to actually use your horse for transportation, it won't matter. Aesthetically, it looks great, however, from a practical standpoint, it has a drawback. The same issue goes for the bridge. If you don't care about being able to row a boat under it, then it's a great bridge, but if you have river transportation as part of the lore of your city, then it doesn't make sense to have the bridge that low over the water. So, that is actually a really good point. And something that I didn't consider. The water I'm really not worried about. I don't care if people can row underneath the bridge for that, but being able to ride a horse through the gates is actually something that I kind of want to be able to do. So first of all, let's just test that and make sure that that is correct. I'm pretty sure it is. Yeah. Okay. So horsey, no, able to go through door. Got it. So here's what we're gonna try. I think we might be able to fix this by going like so. Make that a little bit wider, right? And we'll just go like that and like that. So the door is still there, but now it's a bit more open. And I think the horse should be able to get out through there now, right? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so now we can enter and exit the city via horse, which is great. Now, some of these doors that I don't think that'll be possible. I don't think it's possible for this one. I think this one's a little too skinny. Yeah, not going to be able to get a horse out there. I think we can get the horse out this door up here. Let's just see. This one should be just as wide as the other one, right? Yeah, we can get a horse out that way. So that one, the main entrance is the one that really matters, though, because that's the one that leads back to everywhere else in the world. Like, all the other kingdoms are off in that direction. So I definitely want to be able to get a horse out through here because I do sometimes enjoy riding a horse around. Oh, horsey, can you please? Thank you. So we're going to shut that, and it looks asleep. Nope, not sleep time yet. Okay, well, that's fine. But yeah, that's a very good point. Thank you for pointing that out. I appreciate that because although I don't particularly care about the boat transportation, I do care about the horse being able to go out the front gate, because otherwise my horse is basically useless, and I have this lovely steed that I ride around to take me places when I don't feel like flying, or when I'm out of elytra rockets, or my elytra is desperately in need of repair, or I just want to immerse myself in the world. That's the big thing. There's something to be said for immersion, riding through the world and just kind of taking it all in and enjoying it. Oh, that's right. We're all the way over here now, aren't we? Wow. How time flies. We've been doing comments of the day since March, and we've filled one chest, and we're on to a second chest already, which is pretty cool if I do say so myself. But you know what, guys? I think that is going to do it for today's episode. I know it's a little bit shorter than normal, but we did get a lot done. Or rather, I showed you a lot of the things that I've gotten done in this world over the last couple weeks, and we are progressing and moving onwards towards our goal of completing this within the next, basically, 3 episodes, right? Episode 147, 148, 149. Yeah, so basically we have 3 more episodes to complete Regnum if I want to keep up with my current plan. And I'm looking forward to being able to say that this project is completed. Guys, if you enjoyed this video and if you're enjoying Kingdoms, you know what to do. Links in the description below, so check that out as well. Also, real quick, a lot of you told me that the texture pack link and the world download link are not working right now, so I'm going to see if I can get that fixed. I will let you guys know in a video once that has been fixed. But anyway, that's going to do it for me. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.